Efficiency of the filters is basically measured by using two parameters. One is alpha efficiency and other one is beta efficiency. The main difference is in exactly how we are going to conduct the testing. Based on that, the parameters are going to be slightly different. But beta efficiency is a more commonly used parameter to talk about the efficiency of the filter. Now, question is what exactly is the efficiency of a filter? So efficiency of the filter is high when the number of particles it is able to stop is also high. So if it is able to stop more number of filter particles from passing through it, then we will say that it is a high quality filter. Now the question is what is the size of particles it can stop? That is dependent on the pores that are present on the filter, or how small the different pores are present. Accordingly, the particle size that a filter can stop will be determined. Now the efficiency of the filter, that is beta efficiency, is given by beta x minus 1 divided by beta x, where beta x is called as a beta ratio. Now what is this beta ratio? Beta ratio is the ratio of number of particles in the upstream side of the filter to the number of particles on the downstream side of the filter. Now you have seen the filter here, and the flow direction is from left to right. That is the flow direction. Now, whatever on this side is there, that is the downstream side, which means after the filtration is completed, that is the downstream side. Before the filtration, that is the upstream side. Now, for example, you are having 4 particles you are present in the fluid, and it is coming into the filter. Now, after the filtration is performed, on the other side, if you are using a particle counter and measuring the number of particles, you are finding 2 particles which are present. So 4 particles are entering into the filter and only 2 particles are leaving. Now, why the 2 particles are leaving? It may be escaping because their pore size is the size of the contaminants is very small. That is the reason why they may be escaping. Now, what is the beta ratio in this case? So beta ratio will be number of particles on the upstream side, that is 4, divided by number of particles on the downstream side, that is 2. So 4 by 2 will be equal to 2. That is the beta ratio. Now, for example, you are having 100 particles on the upstream side. You are having 100 particles on the upstream side, and only 1 particle is found on the downstream side. Then beta ratio will be equal to 100 divided by 1, which is equal to 100. Now, what does the beta ratio indicate? So, as the beta ratio increases, then more and more particles are being stopped by the filter. So, if the beta ratio is very small, then less number of particles are going to be stopped. Now, what is the minimum value of beta ratio? What is the minimum value of the beta ratio? So, minimum value of the beta ratio is when the number of particles on the upstream is equal to number of particles on the downstream. So, 100 particles are entering into the filter and 100 particles are leaving the filter, then beta ratio will be equal to 1. It should not happen that 100 particles are entering into the filter and 105 particles are leaving the filter. Then the filter is contaminating the hydraulic fluid. So it is completely a disaster for the system. So always on the upstream side, you are having more contaminant particles. On the downstream side, you are having less contamination particles. So the minimum value of beta ratio will be 1 and it can continuously increase. Now we will see what is beta efficiency. Now, if you are having 100 particles on the upstream side and 1 particle on the downstream side, beta ratio will be equal to 100 divided by 1, that is equal to 100. Now, what is beta efficiency? Beta efficiency is equal to beta x minus 1 divided by beta x. So, here 100 minus 1, that is 99 divided by 100. So, that is equal to 99 by 100. If you are multiplying with 100, you are going to get 99%. So 100 particles here, 1 particle is going out. So you are going to get 99%. So if 4 particles are there on the upstream side and 2 particles are there on the downstream side, then beta ratio will be equal to 2. So if you are substituting over here, so 2 minus 1 divided by 2, that is 1 by 2. So 50% is the filtration efficiency. So this beta efficiency is directly the efficiency of the filter, which indicates how many number of particles are being what percentage of particles are being stopped by the filter. So using this particular number, we can determine what is the efficiency of the filter we are using. If the filter is not performing or it is allowing more number of particles, then we have to go for a finer mesh of the filter to remove as many particles as possible. So this is how the performance of the filters are determined. So if you are having two separate filters from two different manufacturers or of two different grades, then you can do this performance testing and you can determine their efficiency. Now there is a device called as a particle counter. If you are putting it on the outside of the pipe and if you are allowing the fluid to pass through it, it will be able to count the number of individual particles of a required size, and you are going to get the numbers to calculate the beta ratio. Once you know the beta ratio, you can calculate the beta efficiency. So this is the performance of a particular filter. So how exactly we are measuring the performance and comparing two different types of filters. Now, whenever you are replacing the filter, you have to always measure about this performance efficiency, number one. The second one is you have to see what is the pressure drop that can occur in the filter. Because the fluid is not flowing very freely inside a filter, the path of the fluid is restricted or it is obstructed by the filtration element. So whenever you are putting any obstruction to the flow, there will be something called as the back pressure, or the pressure will be lost. The pressure of the fluid will be lost. So if you want to have a 100 bar pressure on this side, and if you are supplying, if the fluid is passing through this, because it is passing through a difficult path, some energy of the fluid is going to be lost. So on the other side, you may be getting 98 bar pressure or you may be getting 94 bar pressure. So you are losing some amount of pressure in the filter. So if you want on the downstream side, if you want to have 100 bar pressure, then on the you have to supply some higher pressure, maybe 104 bar if you are supplying. After it passes through the filter, it is going to get 100 bar pressure. So there will be some amount of pressure drop in the filter. So that may also be an important parameter, because if the pressure drop is very, very high and if you are using too many filters, then the pump rating or the capacity of the hydraulic pump and the electrical motor you are using to drive it also should be very high to compensate for all the losses that are taking place.